Hey guys, welcome to Jurassic Park. Do 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 do. Just kidding. This is an intuitive tarot card reading, but we're going to start with a deck called the Hollow Woods, and this is essentially a card game, like a storytelling board game, and we're going to use it to get a starting energy. Oh, love it. Chilling in the Hollow Woods. Just that. I'm getting that we're going to clarify with some tarot. So we'll see what's up. All right, King of Wands. Okay. Do we want more from here? Just these two. More from here. Okay. This is a little odd, but we're going to hop into Wisdom from the Epics of Hind. These are stories from the Indian subcontinent. Uh-oh. Bagalamukhi's Silence. Read from the book on this one. Do more cards. These three energies. Where do they go, Spirit? How does this work? Like this? So, in this card, she is riding on a heron. Through over water, under sky. All right, guys. This took me a minute to download, but what I'm getting is you with the. So I'm reading this as you, this woman sleeping in the hollow woods. And I'm reading this tree that she's sleeping at the base of, where the trunk meets the roots and the ground. I'm reading this as, yeah, this is shamanic journeying. Like for sure. She's almost actually in one of the poses for it. Someone here is a big deal in the astral, like a big deal in the 5D. You have a lot of power as a shaman. Your power is shamanic. And I'm not saying that's your only power. You might be a very multifaceted spiritual being. But what's being highlighted is, do they know about this? Okay, so this is for someone who doesn't know and is like, oh, I don't know, shamanism. That sounds like I'm going to have to read several books, take a couple courses, and no. Okay? This is coming out to say, with this King of Wands energy, if you are listening to this instead of watching, this King of Wands is all decked out in tech. Like we can't actually see the person underneath. And he's on a like Tron style environment, like the holodeck in Star Trek. I think I've likened it to that before. And he's all decked out in purple energy, which is spiritually protected energy. So there's another possible barrier here that someone might think like, oh, I need a shaman with me or some sort of guide to shamanic journey. And that's not at all the case. I'm not saying just do it intuitively. Look, this King of Wands is coming out to say, you can shamanic journey. I think I'm talking to a feminine energy, someone who identifies as that. Just with her, with the help of tech, you can shamanic journey on your own in a protected way, where you don't have to worry, right? You are this powerful soul. There's a degree to which this will be intuitive once you get going. This will just work for you. Even if it isn't like a big fireworks show, this will work. There's lots of resources online that you can use, even on YouTube, to help you shamanic journey. And they're guided, like a guided meditation or like a guided hypnosis session. It'll be somewhere between those two in terms of how it feels, because they'll be guiding you down like in a hypnosis. Shamanic journeying is, the way I've been taught, it's been differentiated from astral travel or astral projection. It's a very earthy practice. So in a lot of the guided shamanic journeys, you actually start at the base of a tree, like the world tree. Yeah, where the leaves and branches extend into the celestial realm. The trunk is the middle realm where humans live. And then the roots, the parts of the tree below the ground, are the underworld, if you like, which sounds scary, but it isn't. Shamanic journeying tends to be a very earthy practice. you tend to go underground to start it. Whether you're pulled under or there's some sort of tunnel or whatever. There's lots of different inductions into this. But I would encourage you to not think of it as a whole thing. Right? There's encouragement here to say, like, look, there's resources available to you. And they're free. I'm also getting an energy of like someone took a course or is thinking about taking a course, and that has furnished you with resources that will help here. Yeah. So there may also be something you already have access to or are thinking about getting access to. This is not from me to you to say spend hundreds of dollars. That's not what this is. I think the emphasis here is on resources already being available. You might have to search on the internet, but they're close at hand. On a lot of shamanic journeys, you become a bird or you have an animal companion who is your teacher, who imparts knowledge. I think the first shamanic journey I did was just a YouTube video, and it was talking about, your guided me into the journey and everything. And it's like, now you're in this forest and just wait in this clearing and see what animal approaches you. And a couple of was it 2 or 3 animals that approached? Like the first was a deer and it didn't stick around. The second was a hawk or an eagle, and it stuck around for a little bit. But the one that I had the most contact with was a rattlesnake, and it slithered right up to my face and just like stuck its head against my head, and I could feel this energy transfer, but it freaked me out. And so I was like flinching away from these scary animals. And there's a little bit of, with this card coming out with her, there's a sense in which she's riding this heron, and there's also a sense in which it's guiding her, or that she is the bird. All of these things can be true at once, just so you know. Shamanic journeys are very, it might not be clear what's happening. You just need to go with the flow and know that whatever you encounter, it's like say yes. Okay, don't shy away from anything. If there's a staircase, go up it. If there's an animal, allow it to interact with you. Maybe don't like rush towards it, scare it off, but allow what happens to happen. And if you're like, this isn't what's supposed to happen, just ignore that. Okay, there is no supposed to happen. After that shamanic journey, because I had received a lot of messaging, like your abilities are shamanic and you need to explore it. So I did this shamanic journey on YouTube, and then afterwards I was like, I don't even know what happened there. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't feel any different, and in hindsight, it's silly. It's like, what was I expecting? Was I expecting some sort of, was I expecting to come out of trance, out of shamanic journeying with like a literal staff of power, or like what was I expecting? I don't know. But it felt like, I just felt silly, and someone needs to hear this. I felt silly, like I hadn't done it correctly. But even if no animals had appeared to me, or even if they hadn't had direct contact with me, it would have still been successful, right? It's your first shamanic journey. Also, you don't know, like, there's a large degree to which your brain is interpreting what's happening energetically as the animals or the scenery or whatever. Don't take it too literally, because your brain is just trying to figure out what's going on with the energy. And sometimes, even if it seems like nothing to your brain, or not like that wasn't a tremendous story, I don't feel like I went on a journey. There's just encouragement here to say, like, the energy that needs to be exchanged will be exchanged so long as you surrender to the process. Yeah. This kind of message doesn't come out unless there's something for you on a shamanic journey that you can't pull through by other means, or that this is a shortcut for someone, right? Give it a try, because you could sort of download during a shamanic journey, or accomplish something during a shamanic journey. Something can be pulled through this liminal space, this portal to the spirit realm, which is really what it's viewed as in a lot of cultures. You can do things like, it depends on how, like, what the culture is and how they view it, but you can have entire conversations with ancestors to sort out ancestral trauma. You can receive things from passed over loved ones. Like, you can do all kinds of stuff, and you're in trance. So it's deeper than you can go by a lot of other means, and you're laying down. You can do it sitting up, but laying down so much easier. I'm just asking if I should, like, teach you a stance. I'm asking which one. Okay, so there's a couple different ones. If this is your message, try this one. So you're laying down in bed, just make yourself comfy as hell, okay? That's the first thing. Like, people feel like for meditation or for a shamanic journey, something like this, they have to be in like some sort of rigid position, but you want to be as comfortable as possible so that you can trance deeply and relax, right? It's like hypnosis. You just want to be relaxed. There's a couple of different ones, but I think this one is for you. So right hand goes over the heart space, and left hand over like the navel, sacral navel space. Okay? And that's it. That's the whole thing. If when you're getting set up, you're like, oh, I think over time, my arm's going to get tired or whatever, put pillows underneath. Okay? I mean, like, comfy as hell, guys. Get really relaxed. There are alternative positions, but they're not wanting me to. This is the way I was taught. This is a very feminine, very yin sort of posture, very receptive, and I think it will help someone. Yeah. Just roll with it. Roll with whatever happens. I don't know what prompts you'll end up going with. I feel like you will be guided to the correct. Allow yourself to be guided to the correct video or resource. They're wanting me to put some stuff in the description box, so I'll do that just as by way of examples, okay? I don't specifically vouch for anyone's resources on this. Drumming is important, though. This is really late in the video for me to mention drumming, but drumming is a huge part of almost every shamanic journey. Some sort of beat, and it syncs your brain waves up with it and helps you to trance. You know, you can shamanic journey a bunch of different ways. It depends on the culture, it depends on the practice. Some cultures use psychedelics, you know, others would use ecstatic dance, but almost universally a drum is involved, and sometimes it's just the drum, right? So sometimes, you know, the shaman has an assistant. The assistant just beats the drum and keeps the rhythm, and the shaman trances along with the drum beat. So let the drum beat carry you away, and there'll be this feeling of like, this will feel different in your brain. If you've ever, from personal experience, if you've ever done hypnosis or something like that, this is very different. Something will happen. The energy is different, and you will feel like, oh boy, I'm trancing in a way that I have not before. And there might be an urge to fight that, to maintain control, or to not, like, sort of like that moment in a dream when you slip and realize that you're about to fall, and if you overreact, it's jarring, right? It'll take you out of the trance, and they need you in trance to be able to do to be able to help you in the ways that they want to help you along your path, okay? So don't fight it. If you start to take off on this bird, and there will be some version of that, right? Metaphorically or otherwise, as you start to lift off the ground, don't lose your shit. keep cool, okay? Keep your cool, because it's going to be a smooth ride, even if parts of it seem weird or even dark. Let me throw that out there, because it's an earthy practice. The shaman traditionally works with spirits that range all up and down the spectrum, from what we would call dark to what we would call light. And just know that you are safe in this state. You are protected. Okay? The drum beat is very important. I can't tell what's going to be useful for everyone. My temptation is to put pure drum beats in there somewhere for someone who, but you can find videos that are just drum beats, and once you know how to do this on your own, right? Once you've got a few journeys under your belt and you know how they work, you know what to do at the beginning, but there's usually some sort of protections put in place at the beginning, that in the different directions is usually how it goes, north, south, east, west, or however you picture it. I like the you know, I've combined all sorts of things. When I shamanic journey, I like the archangels. There's a Kabbalistic Jewish prayer that invokes Archangel Uriel before you, Archangel Raphael behind you, Archangel Michael to your right, Archangel Gabriel to your left, and all around you, the Shekinah, sort of like the Holy Spirit. And that's sort of like a bubble around you of safety, right? You can't do, you can do worse than 4 archangels and the Holy Spirit all around you. That's for sure. But you know what you consider protective. So roll with it, whatever the journey is suggesting, maybe the first time. You can bring your own protections in beforehand as well if you want. But over time, you'll be able to syncretize this practice with your own beliefs and your team that you work with. If nothing else, at the beginning, just call in your team. Yeah. Your spirit team, your highest self, your angels, your benevolent, well, wise ancestors, especially any with some experience in shamanic journeying, please. That would be, yeah, that's being heavily encouraged, okay? Yeah, whoever you are, this runs in the, if not the literal genetic family, then the soul family. So you've got folks on your team who are itching to help you out with this, and actually itching to interact with you in this arena, in this realm. They can't wait to see you. All right, guys, that's it. That's those are all the cards. Anything else? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm just getting this energy of there's like the roots of this tree. There's more to this for you. But as a general message, I'm unable to get into useful specifics for everyone else. Yeah, like different things will help each of you. This is for more than one person. Shamanism is the fundamental faith of all, and fundamental faith / spiritual practice of all human societies, right? Every culture has some version of shamanism. Before there were priests and priestesses, before organized religion, there was shamanism, and shamans were the doctors, and they were the guides, and they did divination. They were the spiritually gifted folk identified at a young age and given an honorific role within their groups and trained by other shamans. You are one of these souls. You don't choose it, it chooses you. But choose it back, because this is a practice that you can, like I say, you can pull things through that you can't in other ways. Even if you're like, Sam, I'm a medium, or Sam, I'm a psychic. I do divination every day. I'm a tarot card reader, right? These are different practices. Trust me. This will take you places. If not, new heights in terms of some sort of spectrum, then different heights, different avenues, leading to different destinations with different potentials. So, yeah. Okay, that's it now. Yeah, I covered it. All right, guys, I will do my darndest to put something in the description box that I think is just sort of generic, so that you can see the kind of resource. And then my strong recommendation is that you identify the sort of video that this is, the sort of resource that this is, and then be guided to find your own. Okay? You have a powerful team, and you are a strong intuitive, and you will find the correct one for you. Ask, right? Ask and it shall be shown to you. All right, guys, journey well. I will see you, if not in the astral, then in the underworld. I'll see you soon. All right, take care.